In the following demonstration, an introduction will be given to POSTFEKO. POSTFEKO uses a ribbon-style layout to access the many post-processing features which are grouped and made available when they are needed. The tabs are divided into two categories: the default tabs and the contextual tabs. The default tabs are Home, Time Analysis, Reporting and View. They are always shown and include the core application-wide functions. Now firstly, the Home tab is for loading models, adding 3D views or graphs for 2D or 3D results, scripts and so forth. The Time Analysis tab operates on existing frequency domain data and provides results in the time domain. The Reporting tab is for the export of data, automatic report generation, exporting of images, and also the exporting of animations. Then lastly, for the default tabs, we have the View tab. It is for zooming, camera angles, and general view changes. The contextual tabs is a special set of tabs that is presented for each of the different view types, such as 3D views and graphs. The contextual tabs contain only those operations that are unique to that view type. For example, if we click on Cartesian Graph 1, we see a set of tabs labeled Cartesian, and they are Display, Trace, Measure, and Format. And if we click on the 3D view, we see a set of tabs labeled 3D View, and they are Display, Mesh, Result, and Animate. If we click on the graph again, we obtain the Cartesian contextual tabs again. On the Display tab, we access all visualization tools for graphs, such as duplicate views, chart text, placing an image on the graph, legends, and axes. If we click on the Trace tab, we access all the visualization settings for the trace on the graph. For example, we can do math with the trace, and we can change the units, and we can add more results. The Measure tab contains annotation tools, such as beam width and bandwidth, and also cursors can be added to the graph. Then there is the Format tab. This tab is used for styling of graphs, such as font settings, line styles, markers, and so forth. Now if we go back to the 3D view and select it, we have the 3D view contextual tabs again. If we click on the Display tab, we access all the visualization settings that does not operate on the mesh. For example, duplicate views, cut planes, adding legends, sources display, and so forth. The Mesh tab contains all the visualization settings for the mesh, such as the mesh coloring, changing the visibility of different mesh entities, and mesh tools. The Result tab contains all the visualization settings for results when a specific 3D view result is selected, such as rendering options, requested field points, contours, and the showing of arrows, and so forth. The Animate tab is for the animation of 3D results, for example, far fields and currents. Once data has been added to a view from the ribbon, it may still be necessary to specify what specific component of the result must be viewed. The Result palette gives control over the information that will be displayed. Here it is possible to control the result itself. For example, the Near field is currently set to show an XY surface, and the magnitude of all the components is displayed. The project browser provides an overview of the current project session. It is split into 3 panels, each of which function on a different level. The project browser at the top shows all the models that are loaded into the session. Selecting a model will provide a breakdown for that model in the model browser that contains a summary of all geometry, media, excitations, requested output, etc. Selecting any of the components in this panel will give a summary in the details browser for that component. A list of the available result sets can be found under the Results tab. This concludes the demonstration. For help in setting up your own models, please contact FEKO support.